Hello, this is Lord Daka here, and today we'll be talking about a subject. Well, a subject I really didn't want to have to talk about, but here we are. And I'm not qualified in any area. There are people who are way, way, way less qualified than me. Not to say I'm qualified in any area, but still, here I am, talking about this month and I'd say a whole 2 months in. Here we are, talking about this. Politicians are, doing their thing, getting us involved in another war. We just got out of Afghanistan. We just, a couple years ago got out of Iraq. But hey, let's just, do the shindig of, getting us in a war and, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, but we just got out of Afghanistan. We just a couple years ago got out of Iraq. But hey, let's get involved in another country, because why not? Even though there are multiple red flags not to. This seems about the same. I'd like to call this the Contra. Just another Contra. We're sending advisors. We're sending advisors. It's not yet turned into Iraq. It's not yet turned into something where we've got boots on the ground. But this article's a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about. It's, what I'd say I've seen before. Weird-ass internet's commies. Not actually full-fledged Twitter commies, but, Le Pepe commies. I don't really know what to call them. I probably used the gamer word and all that. Not really sure what to call them. I've seen these people before. But, let's talk about the ties between Azov Battalion and the notorious CIA honeypot Atomoff division. Not sure if they're a CIA honeypot, but whatever. It just brings up some good points. Some articles here. Probably gonna link this down below once I'm done. But one of the weird things here, and this is something from someone who had family who are both a radical left and radical right, and the communists and far right reactionary parts of Cuban, that sort of sphere. It just comes off as you're going to get fucked either way in this sort of scenario. There's not really a good outlook to it. And kind of, really, there's no way to win this sort of thing. And again, going back to Contra, there were groups in the Contra that were left-wing. And I'd say that the one group I'm thinking of, they were mentioned in Soldier of Fortune magazines. It was a guy called Eden Pastora. I'd also like to mention, but if you are a fan of that set of books, the SOF books, they are very, very, very Fed or current legislation leaning. They're very pro-Reagan and very GOP leaning. They referred to what was happening with the PJP with the Russians, not the Russians, whatever it was. I'm thinking of something else. I once found some Russians who had literally torrented every single one of their books, and it was like, why are you doing this? They're so anti-Russian and pro-American, Warhawk garbage. It just kind of shocked me, but anyways. But they were referring to what's happening with the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and their special police units in Kosovo against KLA as another Ruby Ridge, and it was very kind of ridiculous because, you know, it was just an attempt to have the people, conservatives, try to, you know, get us involved in another foreign war, and of the countless we've already been involved in. But from what I can tell, you know, Ukraine had a chance to, you know, have a nuclear deterrent back in the 90s. They didn't allow that. You could call this a repeat of Yalta. I'm not going to click on these articles. I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to leave a link down below, but it just feels like they're just trying to leave a lifeline for American arms. That way, if there's another one of these, it just... America feels like a heroin dealer to these countries. You could almost call Russia the same in some regard for how realistic the situation is for countries like, or wherever they're strategically placed, Central African Republic or whatever, whenever they have a rebel problem or whatever. It's like the CIA creates a rebel problem in the government, wherever it might be. The government gets funding and training from the CIA, not the CIA, but the Russians and whatever their security. Like I said, I don't know all of this. Comment down below and say I'm wrong, whatever. Just going off of what I know. I can read more, I can learn more. Yeah. Some level, I'm not going to give a cognitive bias and say Russia is, you know... There's a comment I remember seeing on 16chan, and it was like saying, people on Reddit think that, fucking Ukraine is Harry Potter and Russia is Voldemort. I don't think it's like that as that much. It's just some level of cognitive bias. And if you look at it, I'm sure at this point Reddit is using an algorithm. If you just look at every single post on there, I mean, I'll bring it up at some point in one of my later videos, but some of those posts, they literally are like, people are endorsing domestic terrorism for like homos and shit, and it just comes off as just like, how are they getting away with all this? The feds are probably allowing them to do this, but anyways, that's all for now. Bardock out.